This is not just anime. This is the blueprint of the reality you've been living in since the day you were born. You grew up watching legends fight for freedom in fictional worlds, but look closer. Those stories, they gave you the language to understand the real world. You saw the system crack online before you ever stepped into a voting booth or a corporate office. You felt the pattern. Naruto, One Piece, Attack on Titan, they weren't just entertainment, they were simulations of the power structures we actually face. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Today, we're going to look behind the curtain of the world system. And more importantly, we're going to talk about the tools we finally have to build a new one: AI, blockchain, and decentralized power. In One Piece, the world is held by 5 empty thrones and a shadow council. In our world, power is just as centralized. A single veto can freeze the global conversation. A handful of institutions decide the fate of billions. It's a closed loop. This isn't a conspiracy, it's just a design that prioritizes the stability of the few over the potential of the many. Think about the walls in Attack on Titan, borders that protect but also confine, borders that are often invisible until you try to cross them. But the internet cracked those walls. For the first time, information started moving faster than the institutions could control it. So the question is, if the wall is cracking, what comes next? Do we wait for it to collapse or do we build the door? Naruto taught us about the cycle of hatred, how conflict becomes its own economy. In our world, outrage is profit. To break the cycle, you don't just change the leaders, you change the incentives. You break the loop of centralized control. We need a system that remembers history without being trapped by it, a system that scales community, not conflict. But to understand the solution, we have to look back at how we got here. Systems aren't natural, they're historical. From the fire to the village, from the village to the empire, we've always looked for ways to organize our collective power. But as empires expanded, the gap between the people and the decision makers grew. Coordination required layers of control. We built schools to train workers, not thinkers. We built systems to manage resources, not to empower voices. The modern world was designed by clerks, men who loved predictability more than they loved progress. And that's the wall. Think about it. Who actually watches the power today? It's not the people, it's the paper, a layer of bureaucracy that makes the system opaque. You pay your taxes, you follow the rules, but you have no visibility into how the gears are actually turning. It's a black box. We have social media, sure, we have a voice, but voice without power is just noise. It's outrage that leads to nowhere. That is the missing layer of the internet era. We have the communication, but we don't have the governance yet. Enter the AI era. This isn't just about faster searching or cool images. It's about a new kind of collective reasoning. Right now, algorithms control what you see and how you feel. They serve the platforms, not the people, but that can change. Imagine AI that serves the public interest. AI that summarizes the needs of a community and turns them into actionable plans. When we control the AI, we control the reasoning. We move from being managed by machines to being empowered by them. A new generation is shifting the gear. You don't just consume the world anymore. You create the narratives that define it. You're already organizing in digital spaces that the old systems don't even understand. Discord, Telegram, open source communities, these are the new labs. But awareness isn't enough. Anger isn't enough. To actually change the system, awareness needs structure. It needs a platform that translates intent into action. This is where the tools come in. AI to process the data and blockchain to secure the truth. Tools that belong to everyone. The story is changing. The hero isn't a single chosen one anymore. It's the network. It's the community that refuses to be silenced. Right now, your anger is being harvested for ad revenue. It becomes content for someone else's platform. We need to turn that energy into infrastructure. Imagine a platform where the first step is identifying a real-world problem in your own neighborhood. Not a post for likes, but a project for change. The AI doesn't tell you what to do, it listens. It takes the collective voice of thousands and crystallizes it into a clear, actionable summary. Then the community votes, not with a like, but with a commitment. A transparent, verifiable choice that everyone can see. This is decentralization in action. No shadow council, no empty thrones, just a community using collective reasoning to solve its own problems. And because it's on the blockchain, the record is permanent. It's a public memory that can't be erased by a corporate PR team or a government clerk. You see exactly where the resources go. You see the progress in real time. Trust isn't something you give, it's something the system proves. We're moving from trust us to verify us. We're using AI for public reasoning, making sure every decision is grounded in data and community need. Look at your local community centers, your mosques, your libraries, your hubs. These are the physical nodes of the new system. When these local hubs connect through a decentralized network, they become something much larger than the sum of their parts. It's a bottom-up revolution. Change doesn't start at the top of an ivory tower. It starts at the center of the community and scales outward. The mosque has always been a hub for more than just prayer. It's a hub for education, for support, for organization. Now we digitize that power. We don't need a central authority to tell us how to help our neighbors. We just need the coordination layer to make it happen. And why should education be a chore? In the new system, learning is a simulation. It's an open world where you solve real problems to level up. Imagine a generation of gamers solving energy grid failures or optimizing disaster response, not in a game for points, but in a simulation for real world impact. The skills you've been building in competitive gaming, strategy, coordination, rapid problem solving, those are the same skills needed to run a society. We can use simulations to test policies before they ever touch the real world. We can fail fast, learn, and then build with confidence. From local energy to settling other planets, simulation is the bridge between imagination and reality. It's how we train for the future. So this is the choice. Do we stay trapped in a system that harvests our outrage, or do we build one that harvests our potential? The wall is already cracked. The door is already there. You just have to be the one brave enough to walk through it and start building. If you see the system now, don't just comment, build. Because the future isn't something that happens to us, it's something we build together.